So what I'm going to show you is a example of my Monday morning routine, right? It's my morning routine. Monday, Wednesday and Friday for me are the same. Tuesday and Thursdays routines look a little different. Now, I tried to show you as best as I can on the camera, kind of like me in action, kind of proof in the pudding. And then once we've seen that, we're going to come back and just go through some key considerations for you to be able to build a morning routine. Okay, so enjoy this. I'm going to take you through my Monday. Okay, yes. So it is 4:19 in the morning. I'm going to do a documentary on my morning routine, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And at the very end, we're going to get in front of the whiteboard and break down how you structure a morning routine, why it is so important as well. The first thing I'm going to do is get in the ice barrel or cold barrel. I like to do this first thing in the morning. I like to do this within 5 minutes of waking up. It's kind of like the first decision that you have to make, which is getting into a barrel of cold water. And what better way to overcome procrastination by doing that first thing in the morning? All right, let's get on. Now, in the winter, obviously, it's a lot easier. It's a lot harder because it's colder, really cold, especially when it's raining and windy or icy. In the summer, it's not too bad. However, it's still overcoming that procrastination. That's a big one, right? It builds up the resilience. So let's get on. Now, I'm a really big fan of trying to put yourself under a little bit of hardship, because life is hard. It's not an easy ride. And little things like this really build up that state of mind of being able to say, do you know what, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go and train. I'm going to put myself on a cold tub. I'm going to get up a little bit earlier. All of these little micro elements of resistance training help us handle business better, handle relationships better, handle curveballs better, handle stress better. I'm a big believer, and since I've been doing that, I have definitely noticed a difference in terms of being calmer in stressful situations. So the next thing that we're going to do is yoga. It's 4:30. We just kind of bang on target in terms of timing. 12 minutes every single day. This has massively, dramatically helped with my body maintenance, with injuries. Like, I train every day. Whenever we work with lads, we encourage them to train every single day. So the yoga part is keeping the flexibility, the mobility, keeping the body healthy. And that's what we're going to crack on with now. So I use this particular app called Downward Dog, and you can do it as long as you like. So I do 12 minutes. You can do up to like 4 hours. If you want to do 4 hours yoga, dig out. But 12 minutes for me is just enough. Follow along, done. So the next part is my favourite part, which is coffee time, first breakfast time. This is just before we sit down and start the last part of the personal side of the morning routine, which is the journaling, and then we're going to get into some work. Okay, so it's 4:55. I'm running a little bit behind, but the next part we're going to do is what I get all of my lads to do. And we use this mission builder to do a bit of a morning routine. Journal. So in here, I've kind of got a set format of what we do and what we go through. So right here, we've got our morning accountability pillars. So what have we done for activity? Mindset, clarity, gratitude, the top 3 things that we're going to achieve in a day. How we've woken up and how we're feeling, so we acknowledge that. What our mission is in life, what our habits are, what we're building here. So mine are phone management and not watching porn. I'm about up to 80 days not watching porn now, my longest streak. Morning thoughts, reflections, perspective on your problems, and are you ready for the mission? So I'll fill this out. This is something we do in the evening. Spend about 10 minutes at this, then post it up in our group. Just for the morning accountability, it's just to say, look, put my hand up, I'm ready, I'm up, I'm ready to achieve my mission. And that ultimately is what we're looking to try and achieve, so I'm going to crack on with that now. So it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and the personal side of the morning routine is now done. So just to go through, we did the livener, we did the body activation, and then we've done the mindset in terms of getting clarity on the day, what exactly is going to be happening for the day, connecting with the emotions that we're going through. That's huge for a lot of guys, getting the identity right. So now we're going to work through a set schedule of work things that need to be done. So that is going to be my daily email. That's going to be my daily blog for my current members. That's going to be preparing some social media to put out there, to kind of get stuff out there, recording a podcast. We're going to probably do this for 45 minutes to 50 minutes before then getting in a car and going for a walk down the seafront, taking a dog down there. And this is and then that will be my thinking time. I'll go in through this process at the very end of the video when I talk about the format in a little bit more detail, and how you can maybe alter this morning routine slightly to adjust more to you. This is what works for me right now, and I'm just trying to demonstrate that. But certainly there is flexibility here for what you do. So it's now 5:37. I've done everything I wanted to do with the work side of things, so we're going to get ready to take the dog out, to go for a walk. From the walk, we'll be going to the gym, and then from the gym, we'll be coming back home. Now, the idea, or the key part of this, is to just understanding, knowing exactly what you want to get out of your work in the morning. So for me, it's about showing up to the world. So as the world wakes up, for me, it's getting my message out there. It's kind of connecting with my clients, our future clients, just kind of mentally stimulating myself with what's on my mind in terms of writing that out. So anything that's kind of going through my head, I tend to document that for my clients, for the other guys, because it helps a lot of men kind of understand themselves better. We call it awakening the king. And when you're the king, you're the priority, right? And when you're the priority, everyone gets the best version of you. So what we're trying to do here in the morning is to get that message across when it feels fresh from me waking up, when I feel clear on what my thoughts are. It's good to punch that out there and get that out to the world. So that's my priority in the morning. That's why I value those tasks the most important, and when I'm at my most freshest and energized, this is the time to do it. Okay, so we're down the seafront. As you can see, there's not one person in sight. So this for me is an incredible opportunity to find space to think, put perspective on the problems, think about where we're going with the business, just get really clear and concise on where my life is, where the business is, what's happening, what decisions need to be made. And it just makes me feel a little bit freer from being stuck at home. Clears the mind, clears the emotions, does everything it needs to for every man that's kind of going through building an empire, right? And building something, handling family, trying to figure it all out. And this is what men don't do enough. They don't find or make space to be able to clear their minds. So we'll be on this walk for about 40 minutes. So we'll leave here about 6:25, then go down to the gym and focus on the gym. Now for me, the gym is really important because it's something we've got to do every single day. Got to train every single day if you're going to be the asset of your life. So I'm going to crack on with this walk and I'll catch up with you soon. All right, so it is now 6:25, just finished the walk. We are now going to head to the gym. I'm not going to take the camera into the gym. I don't need to take that in there and make everyone feel super paranoid about what I'm filming. Just going to go in there and do 30 minutes strong leg session, getting ready for my 100 miler next year, and that will be it. And then we will be on the way home, and that will complete my morning routine. And then after that, what I will do is go through on the whiteboard how this works structurally, how you can format your own morning routine, and how you can put it into play to make sure that you're operationally ready to go for the day. So you've probably seen that example of a morning routine, kind of me going through the motions of going from step by step. Now, I just want to quickly go through these considerations just to really go into a little bit more depth about this at this stage. So the first thing that we need to think about is what is the start and what is the finish time? Where do we start that morning routine? So for me, when I started doing a morning routine, it started at 7 o'clock in the morning, and that has slowly whittled back to 4:15. Now I'm I'm not trying to get you to copy me. I don't want you to look at that routine and go do exactly the same. I'm just giving you an example of something that I use that works for me. And I get up at 4:15 and people will feel that's extreme. But to me, getting up at 4:15 now is like the same as what it used to feel like when I get up at 7, right? And I do it Monday to Friday, weekends, I wake up when I wake up. All I'm asking you to do is commit to getting up an hour earlier to prime yourself, and that's it. So for me, mine goes from 4:15 till 7. I use all of that time to go through all of that process that I've just shown you, okay? So I'm really clear on what the start and the finish time is. Number 2, rhythm and momentum is key. So I break mine down into kind of priming, key work, and then showing up, okay? And for me, it's about finding one action, then that flows into the next action, which then flows into the next action. And that takes a lot of testing. I've been doing morning routines for 6-7 years, and you know, sometimes you shift them, they've all moved, they've evolved, but really what it is about is that rhythm and momentum from the minute you wake up to know what you're doing to all the way through to your finish time, okay? Number 3 is the purpose and the goal. So you might think, God, well, I'm going into a lot of detail about this routine. This routine, for me, is the rocket fuel for you to show up as a higher operator. Even if you just did the morning routine, you would monumentally be ahead of the majority of people around you because you're more primed. It is the purpose and goal is to mentally, emotionally, and physically prime yourself ready to show up for the day. Okay, it's the same as warming up before exercise. You get in your mental state, your emotional state, and your physical state in a place where you can operate at the highest level. Okay, and then the last one here is it gives us accountability and clarity, which is why the lads in our program hold themselves accountable every single morning, Monday to Friday. They've got to put up their sheet that I showed you that I was going through in the routine, and we make sure that goes every morning, because what that does is goes, tick, I've shown up, I'm ready to go, I've primed myself, let's get to work, okay? So I've kind of broken down my morning routine here. So from 4:15 to 5 o'clock, it's pretty much me just priming myself, getting in a cold tub, the live night, getting the body active with yoga, getting the mindset and the emotional state in check with journaling. And then the next part, so that's mentally, emotionally, physically priming yourself. The next part is the showing up. Okay, it's the showing up. So the first hour is all the key work that I talked about, the email, the blogging, the content. The next part is the walk, which is the perspective, the reflection, the clearing my mind, getting some peace. And then the 6:30 to 7 is the working out, because I think we need to work out every single day, all right? So that is the morning routine. Down below in the description, I've put a copy of our accountability sheet, so you can print that off, you can fill that out. Kind of gives you a bit of a guidance to like the things to think about in the morning, and you can just build on this. Don't overthink this. Just get up, think about some things that you want to do in the morning, use a guided structure that's on the form that I've put in the description, okay, and then just start doing the reps. When you do the reps, you learn more. When you learn more, you improve more, and that's what this is all about.